Hi everybody, this is Ron again, and this is our next video in our Qigong journey. But as always, I'm going to introduce my little grandson, Angelo, and we have no idea where he is. Angelo! Angelo, where are you? I don't know where he is. Where do we think he is? I don't see him. Does anybody else see him? Can anybody see him at all? I'll call him one more time. Angelo, you want to say? Ah! Angelo.
Hello. Lollipop.
So you want to say anything to anybody, bud?
Have a good Qigong journey. I'm going to do my video this week.
Okay, everybody. Well, that's the important stuff. And the little guy will be back later to say goodbye. So.
We'll do my video.
And he's going to do another video probably sometime this week. Maybe even today. We'll see.
I'll do it today.
So we shall see. So, okay. Today's video, because I'm not in my normal uniform, today's video is going to be more of a talking one. It's going to be a little bit of history of Tai Chi and QiGong and some of the differences between Tai Chi and QiGong. And as we know, they're very similar in the way the styles go. They're very similar. So we're going to start a video, and the video is going to be about, because I get asked a lot, what's the difference between Tai Chi and QiGong? I often get asked this question, so we're going to explore just a little bit the differences and some of the similarities of both these practices. Okay? Historically, Qigong is about 5,000 years old. It's an ancient practice coming from Chinese medicine. Qi means life force energy. It's all the energy that we have in our body, everything that our body is made of. Okay? It's the aliveness and in your body. So, and Gong means to work with or to develop a skill at working with that life force. So basically, Qigong is working with Qi or learning how to work and use Qi. So basically, that's what Qigong is. And Qigong was broken down into three distinct styles. One was medical Qigong, which we're going to cover a little bit in this course. How to work with energy for health, wellness, and vitality. The other was spiritual Qigong, how to feel that connection to the divine, maybe through meditation practices, and the energy of consciousness and the mind and spirit. And the third was martial arts, the martial arts style of Qigong. How do you work with energy to develop a powerful body, and more the offensive and defensive style? That's what the three parts of Qigong were. Okay? And now Tai Chi falls into this third branch of martial arts style of Qigong practice. So we can say that Qigong is the mother of Tai Chi. It gave birth to Tai Chi. Okay? And Tai Chi is a very specific practice for martial applications. But both of these practices have unique and similar principles. For example, both practices move from the center. Both practices are water-like. They're internal arts. They both cultivate energy. Okay? Now, the intention of both practices is to develop and cultivate that energy for health and vitality and internal power. Okay? And then Tai Chi, what it does, it moves into a martial expression. For example, Tai Chi, every movement in Tai Chi is going to have a martial thing, no matter what you're doing. Every movement is a block, strike. So whatever you're doing is basically, that's what it is. So, and every movement in Tai Chi, in a Tai Chi form, will then go into another movement. So in Tai Chi, you have to learn a whole sequence of movements, like 108 style or 64 movement style. Now there's 3 or 4 distinct styles in Tai Chi. Maybe there's a few more, and there's 3,000 styles of Qigong. So there's a lot of different styles. So Tai Chi would be considered one particular style of Qigong practice, the martial style. That originated from the Chen family. That is the story in history about Tai Chi. It started about 800 years ago when the Chen family practitioners were doing Chen-style Tai Chi. They had a servant, as the story goes, named Yang. And Yang would spy and watch and take notes and practice what he was witnessing in the Chen family. So Master Chen was teaching his sons, but the servant Yang was practicing, and he practiced very strongly and developed a high skill at Tai Chi. the Chen style. Then Master Yang took it to his family, so now we have the Yang style and Chen style. Some varieties of movements, a lot of them are similar, but there's some distinct styles. Now Tai Chi, there's some distinct styles. Now Tai Chi became very popularized because in the Yang family lineage, the martial arts practitioners became very good, and they would challenge martial arts schools around the country until they became very famous for their martial skill. And the Chinese emperor and the royal guard learned a short style of Yang family tradition, Tai Chi, and it became popularized. Now, mainly we practice Tai Chi for the same reasons we practice Qigong, mainly for health and stuff like that. We practice for health, energy cultivation, for stress management, and for feeling that deep connection to our internal energy and our power. Now, what I recommend for everybody for all this stuff here is basically when you start learning either one of these martial arts, I recommend learning Qigong first, okay? And then after you get pretty proficient in Qigong, then go to Tai Chi. Because with Qigong, you don't have to memorize flowing forms. With Qigong, when you do one exercise, no matter what you do, any exercise you're doing in Qigong, you do once here, and then you go to here, and then you do it again. Repetition of the same exercises again and again and again, no matter what we're doing. So whatever we're doing, it's the same exercise, okay? If you're doing any of these, so you do it again and again and again. In Tai Chi, you would do the one exercises, but then you would flow into the next exercise and then flow into the next exercise. You'd be moving. It's a moving, more like a moving meditation, but you're flowing into it. But you have to memorize that sequence. Qigong, you don't have to, so it's a little bit easier to do. So that's what I recommend. Do Qigong because that's what I'm doing. I did Qigong. I did a little Tai Chi before, and that's what got me into Qigong because all the warm-up movements that we did were Qigong movements, and because of my back issues and stuff, Qigong was much better for me to start with, and it basically got rid of all the pain in my body with Qigong. So, but that's a little bit of history, so you have it. Then, because I was worried I'd forget something, I pretty much wrote everything down. I have it in front of me here, so I can don't leave anything out for you guys. So, but that's a little bit of the history and some of the differences between Qigong and Tai Chi. So, I hope you enjoyed this. And again, like I'd always said with all my videos, it's a big learning experience for me, and hopefully it's a learning experience for you. So if you see anything, any mistakes or anything that you see, please let me know because I'll do it. So one of my helping comments was to shut the lights off behind me, and I've done that every video. So I actually really like the way they look better. So thank you, my friend, for letting me know. But anytime you say anything wrong or anything wrong, like I said, this is a learning experience for me and you. So if I make a mistake, you will make the same mistake if you want to try doing the same thing. So. And eventually I'll show you all the gear that I'm using right now. And I started out with a little bit cheaper gear. I'm slowly getting into more expensive gear and better gear. So I'm trying to get into more, so they look more professional videos. So it's what I'm trying to do. So, uh, so give me any suggestions, any criticisms. I take everything, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So, but this was the video for today. Basically, it was a little history of Qigong because I think you should know a little bit more about Qigong, a little bit more about Tai Chi as we're learning it along the way. I like to learn history because when my instructor was teaching me, we had certain ones where the whole class was all about history and different things. He'd have a little board out to explain different things, and I like that. So every now and then I'm going to do videos where it's just talking. We won't be learning any new forms, any new movements. Just learn a little bit of the history of Qigong, a little bit of history of acupressure, traditional Chinese medicine, Tai Chi. We'll learn a little bit of everything so you know the background for everything. So hope you enjoyed this video. So, and that's all it is. It's a really short one this week. So because I was kind of pressed on time because my wife's Valentine's Day came up this week. My wife's birthday was this week. My wife's second birthday, but I'll tell you that sometime in the future why she has two birthdays. But so yeah, that all come up this week. So a lot of different things come up this week. So it's a very short little video today because I'm a little late on this one. So still will be coming out on Monday, but it was a little bit hectic this week. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Have yourself a great week. And here's my little grandson to come and say bye to everybody.
Bye-bye.
And it looks like he finished the lollipop.
No, I only took 2 more bites and then done.
And he might be doing a video today or this week, so look out for Angelo's channel. So check it out and see if you like what he does. And I'll put a link in my video. If he does one this week, I'll put a link in my video to his videos. Okay? So
Yeah,
this will be out on Monday. So you guys have yourself a great weekend, great week, great everything. Take care. What do you got to say, buddy?
Bye-bye, everybody. But maybe in my video, I will show my hamster.
Yeah, he's got a hamster potato. Potato
He's
ham.
a cute
Yeah.
little hamster.
Yeah. So have a good one, everybody. Take care, and we will see you next week.